Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, and some lady gentlemen, on this week's On the Rocks, things get a little steamy and dreamy with Andrew Christian Trophy Boy of 2021. Lucas Leon is here. And the designer himself, the patron saint of underwear, Andrew Christian is here. And me, your favorite host with the sassy most. Raise a glass and let the drinks begin.
Most poor suckers are starving to death. I'd like to propose a toast.
This is On the Rocks with Alexander, where I drink with your favorite celebrities as we talk about fashion, entertainment, pop culture, reality TV, and, well, that's about it. So pop a cork, lean back, and raise a glass to On the Rocks.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Lord have mercy, it's gonna be a bumpy night. Buttons and bows and pantyhose. On the Rocks podcast, a place where we're too glam to give a damn. Okay, some of you all are freaking out because pictures have been released of Nicole Kidman playing Lucille Ball, and everybody's saying she doesn't look like her, for shame. Number one, it's a movie. Number two, the gays that are screaming about Nicole Kidman playing Lucille Ball were fine with Renee Zellweger as Judy Garland and squeaking out those notes. No thanks. Even Judy was like, oh, Liza. Like us on Twitter and Instagram at On The Rocks On Air, and on Facebook, On The Rocks Radio Show. Send me an email, book me for a wedding, funeral, quinceañera, bris. I don't care. I will show up. Info at ontherocksradioshow.com. The show is presented by Straw Hut Media. You can watch and or listen to our now almost 250 episodes at ontherocksradioshow.com. Hello to our listeners around the nation on every major podcast platform, on Facebook Watch, and of course we are on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV on the Outa.tv app. Share, subscribe, leave a comment, leave your phone number if you're single. Kurt, do you have a pun for us?
Yes, I do.
Okay, make it punny. Oh God, may the 4th be with you, Kurt.
Yeah, since it's May the 4th, I have a Star Wars theme pun.
Oh God, do you have any Star Trek ones? We want it to be good.
I don't.
Jesus.
What kind of car takes you to a Jedi? A Toyota.
Oh my God.
I can't.
That's the only time you get to talk about Star Wars on this show. Anyway, Kurt's pun is brought to you by JustFor.Fans, our sponsor. You will have more fun at JustFor.Fans than you will listening to Kurt's puns. We've all been a little lonely during COVID, so need some socially distant connection. JustFor.Fans is the industry award-winning top site connecting adult content creators and their fans. Sign up for free at JustFor.Fans, and they give back to the community. So let me welcome back to the show, who's actually been on the show quite a few times, the patron saint of underwear, Mr. Andrew Christian. Since 1997, when I was born, Andrew Christian was formed. And it's not only an iconic company, but also backed by a real designer. And as a designer, Andrew has completely changed the men's underwear, swimwear, and apparel industry with his innovative technologies, fit, and original designs. The sky is the limit for Andrew, having explored a wide variety of interests, including the newest branch of Andrew Christian, which we're going to get a little in-studio demonstration today, Andrew Christian Skincare. Proudly worn by me, by the way, on a weekly basis. That's how I look amazing. And as an LGBT activist with a passion for enriching our community and a greater sense of family, Andrew has introduced the Trophy Boy VIP card to help bring together our LGBTQ partners worldwide to provide exclusive benefits to our fans, often involving small businesses from our community that we need to support, especially now. Andrew has been featured on Good Morning America, ABC World News with Diane Sawyer, MSNBC's Hardball, the Janice Dickinson Modeling Agency, several times as the official sponsor of the Pit Crew on RuPaul's Drag Race, and Bravo's reality television series, The Millionaire Matchmaker with Patty Stanger. In fact, we did talk about you when Miss Stanger was here, by the way. Please welcome back to the show, Mr. Andrew Christian. Listen to the applause.
I need to with my publicist.
Anytime. I promote you guys a lot. Just for those that don't know, I actually write their porn star and drag queen interviews for the Andrew Christian blog. That is my writing.
Yeah, it's been a perfect combination
it's
of
so
your
fun.
writing talents, and for our blog, it's a perfect fit.
Well, and it's the only time they'll actually text me back. You always say, hey, when you're in Palm Springs, which I'm in Palm Springs a lot, look me up because I have a house there, I have a house in LA, wherever you are at, we'll get together. And I always text, hey, I'm in Palm Springs. You're like, oh, I'm not there, I'm in Africa. Or I'm not there, I'm at In-N-Out in Vegas. I mean, you're never there. I have a feeling you're there, hiding under the covers.
I feel like we're on, something's making it so we're not at the same place at the same time.
You're just racist, it's okay. So you and I text a lot. It's like,
On a
hey,
weekly
girl.
basis.
Well, not
Almost.
almost. Yeah, that's when I'm begging to come over. But when the whole COVID situation started, you were like, I have to go in to the shop because nobody can go in, and I literally have to package the stuff myself. And it was a little rough, a little bit. How does a small business? Well, I mean, you're a national business, but on the scheme of things, how does a small business survive COVID, especially for sexy underwear?
I mean, when it first started, there was no like rule book. Nobody knew what to do. Even
We thought it was a few weeks.
Yeah, and like the city was like, okay, all businesses in LA have to close down. We're like, oh, okay, well, I got these orders here. I guess I need to.
It's an essential
ship 'em
business.
out.
We're making boys look sexy.
But they weren't like forthcoming in what's essential and what not and and I also wanted to keep everybody safe that works for me, all my employees. So it was tricky for a while.
I mean, you literally were boxing stuff until like all hours. You're like, well, okay.
I mean, that's literally how I started with my business. Like I've done every job in my company.
But I think that's what makes an effective leader and boss is having to do all the other jobs. You know what other people's struggle is, and you know how to do it. And I think that's beneficial rather than you are so out of touch.
Definitely, and I know how hard they work. Like packing those orders. I'm like, this shit is hard.
I mean, we should do an episode where I come and like I work for you for a day because I'd be packaging the underwear like in the box. I'd be like, girl, who's buying this? I need to know what their income is and what their credit score is.
It's so funny though, because like packing these people's orders, you can get a mental picture of who this customer is. Like, oh, this is a twink. Oh, this guy's definitely like a bear.
Yeah.
This guy's a muscle daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
okay, I'm going to confess something though. I have bought stuff, and I know because I know some of your staff. I'm like, do they know it's my name? It's not J-Lo's ex-boyfriend, Alexander Rodriguez. That's the joke. I have bought stuff from the site. This is what I love about shopping on the site is like it's like be whoever you want to be in the bedroom, like So I have bought products that I will never ever wear in front of anybody else, but I wear them for myself.
I love that.
So, but you wouldn't know. You'd be like, oh, this person is crazy, and it's just me.
I love that.
Yeah.
Make yourself happy.
Ross Matthews is doing the same thing. Okay, but spill the tea. We see models come in. We see models disappear, right? Some stick around. Some are newbies. When do you know when it's time to kind of say goodbye to a model? Or at what point do you be like, hey, it's just not working anymore?
Sometimes it's just kind of mutually agreed upon,
I don't think anybody wants to not be an Andrew Christian model.
Things have run their course and,
You're being so PC. Has a model ever like done something that you're like, well, you can't work for us anymore?
Definitely like being at events and getting wasted and drunk and...
have you been to one of your events? It's like what all your models know how to do. I brought all your models up during Palm Springs Pride. The last time we had Pride, I brought them all up, and they all twerked for their lives.
Right?
Yeah.
I came up on stage.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
And Paper Mache was there. Yeah. And then one of your models was
and then we brought Ross up on stage.
My name was on the marquee. Okay. But I know that you do establish friendships with these models. So sometimes is it hard to distinguish between like friendship and like business?
Sometimes it can be, but at the end of the day, you just have to be straight with people and let them know like your haircut's not working. You need to like do something. Or
I texted you about one of your models. I'm like, this hair is hideous. COVID or no COVID, I will buy scissors and send them over. That was a little rough. I think he listened a little bit. Should I text him?
I think he knows who we're talking about.
But being Andrew Christian, the name comes with the whole empire. It comes with the imagery. It comes with the models. It comes with the events. And you and I have established like a real friendship. Like we're friends, But every time somebody says, oh, God, Andrew Christian, can he get this for me? Or can he introduce me to this model? It's like, what can he do for me? Or like, want. Is it hard to build real friendships in the gay community when you're Andrew Christian?
It definitely is, just for the reason you said. People always want something.
Yeah.
Like if I invite somebody over to the house for cocktails, like, well, who's going to be there?
I hate when people do that.
I'm like, I'm not good enough. Like,
yeah. And plus, like, people expect your models are there half naked, ready to have sex, like, at your house all the time. No, your models are there, like, eating the chips. I went to your 4th of July party. I'm like, put the chips down. I got to see you in underwear. But, like, they're just being normal people. Like, the models are not hanging out like you have some weird brothel going on.
Exactly.
So how do you kind of tell people, hey, you want to be a friend? Like, you got to be a real friend.
You kind of know from the beginning if somebody's going to be a real friend or not.
Yeah.
Just depending on like where you've met them and how you've met them and whatnot. That's what I really like about Palm Springs. Like I have a really core group of friends out there that like me for me, and they're not trying to be social climbers. And
I do love that about Palm Springs. It's like, just have a normal conversation. You'll sit and talk with people that you would never in the rest of your life because that's the environment. It's like anything goes and nobody's impressed. They're like, just sit down and talk and have a drink. Plus, you can drink at 10 a.m. and nobody cares. And we're like,
oh, honey,
you're late
10
if it's 10
a.m. Arenas Road, those bars are full.
Mm-hmm. Okay, is there ever any drama when a new model comes in and the established ones are like, who's this bitch?
Actually, for the most part, whenever we bring a new guy in, everybody's excited because I think all the other models want to bang him. So,
well, we are actually going to talk about the reality of an Andrew Christian photo shoot and what goes on later on in the show. Okay, and I get this question every time you come on the show, so let's just answer it again. What is your creative process when designing a new pair of undies? And your designs have really expanded. I'm impressed with how different they are. You can go from like naughty, rubber club, whatever, to like a schoolboy pair of undies. And so how I've seen your designs expand is just, it's so great to see. And there really is something for everybody. But do you just sit and sketch something out? Or like, are you like testing pouch? Like, how do you sit and design a new pair of undies?
For me, a lot of it starts with like the fabrication. So finding the fabrics I want to work with. Each collection, I always try to do kind of like a core collection, which is kind of like our basics. They're not basic, but they're Andrew Christian basics.
They're your foundation. They're your Monday through Friday undies.
And then I go on to like the laces and the net
and the sheer,
which is like the naughty boudoir type underwear.
But they're still playful and sexy. It's something that you can wear with confidence, and it's not like, look at that pervert.
Well, it's definitely I designed it to make you feel sexy about yourself and have fun with it, and and then I do like stuff that's like more glittery and more like party like, and so I just try to offer a little bit of everything to everybody. And
I think during COVID, a lot of people wanted to feel sexy and expressive at home, even if they were just sitting around in their undies or looking at their partner that they've had to quarantine with day after day. It's like, okay, how do we spice things up?
Well, it definitely helps to spice things up and try something new and different and something that your partner is not expecting you to wear.
Right. Don't wear those Hanes every day. I mean, I keep giving underwear pairs to my Postmates driver. I'm like, here, wear these next time. It just gets a little awkward. Okay, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we are talking with Lucas Leon, Andrew Christian Trophy Boy 2021, when we come back. And we're back. Did you see how fast I'm getting messages already from the chat room. Oh my God. So this one's from my mom. So I'm just going to preface this. I have sexy men of all kinds and on the show all the time. And she's like, meh, meh, meh. Do you know who she really gets excited for? You, Mr. Andrew Christian. She thinks you are the cutest person I've ever had on the show.
I love Mom.
Like she has such a crush on you. Calm down, Mom. She's single.
She's very sweet.
She's something. Okay. Let's bring on the man of the hour, Mr. Lucas Leon. Eyebrows and more started to rise as adult film star Lucas Leon started to pop up in Andrew Christian's Instagram. And it was no surprise when Andrew Christian announced that Lucas Leon was this year's official trophy boy. And surprise, he has body hair. Oh my God. This Brazilian-born hottie is also an avid gamer and a total sweetheart. Please welcome Lucas Leon. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi. You are people have this idea of who you are because of your big muscles and you're like trophy boy and you're like in this and that. And then people meet you and they're like, oh my God, he's so sweet. Like, why are people surprised that sexy people can be sweet?
I think it's more like the image of my body and how I look like. They expect something and then I'm like, hi.
Well, that is true. You know how many dates I go on and they're like, okay, at the end of the day, they're like, okay, turn around. I'm like, no, bitch, I'm a top. And they're like, what? What has happened?
Yeah, it's usually they're expecting for something different.
Okay, let's talk about your childhood. It wasn't till you were a teenager that you actually moved to the U.S. from Brazil. What was childhood like in Brazil? Because you were there for a big chunk of your childhood.
I didn't have, it was like kind of pretty much the same. We just didn't have like different cartoons and stuff.
I think there's a few differences between the cartoons.
Yeah.
Was it hard to adjust once you did move to the U.S. from Brazil?
Not that much. I adapted really quickly.
Now, did you speak English before coming?
No.
So
Yeah, I kind of had to learn. Yeah.
okay, so you come to the U.S. Not only is it a new country, but you're going through puberty because it's like high school time.
My voice still going through puberty. So.
Girl, join the club. I always get called yes, ma'am. It's like no, bitch.
Yeah.
Do I need to talk like this? But you're going through puberty, a whole new school, and then in a whole language. So how did you learn English?
It's quick. Like I think.
How is
Wait,
it quick?
It's one of the hardest
Like-
languages because
like-
we don't have any rules.
Like Portuguese is completely different than English. It's not
Yeah.
going from like Portuguese to Spanish.
That's
like
true. But since like I think since like English is everywhere, it's easy to adapt, especially when you like only your parents speak English and that kind of stuff, and you see English everywhere else, you kind of absorb it really fast.
Was it hard education-wise, like entering the high school system? Do you feel like you
No.
were behind?
I was always an average student, so it was okay.
Well, and you have told me before that you were kind of a nerd in high school.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't have nerds like you in my high school. We had like nerds. I wish I went to your high school. Like that's what a nerd
I was
looks
more
like.
like an anime nerd. I was like kind of skinny, like emo kid back in the day.
Emo kids were always the cool kids, and you
Yeah.
were afraid to talk to them, even though they were
Yeah.
probably huge nerds and like the
Mhm.
friendliest people. But people are like, oh, they're emo. Like they could put
Yeah.
a spell on me or like pierce
Mhm.
my tongue while I'm sleeping.
Like I'm poisonous because I have blue hair.
yeah. Now, did your parents have a problem with you becoming like so American? Were they
No.
still trying to keep on Brazilian family
No.
traditions?
My mom is really chill.
So
with
life has just
everything,
been like a bowl of
basically.
cherries for you since day one?
Yeah, especially even with sexuality, like my mom's part of family is super chill with everything.
What was your coming out story?
The first time I kissed a boy, I was 14. I told my mom.
oh, young.
Yeah, I googled
That
it
is
before.
young.
No, I googled
Well,
it
but
before.
Brazilian. I mean, to be honest, men
Yes.
kiss each other all the time and they're not even gay.
That's true.
Yeah.
Especially like
Not with
when
tongue, though.
we come from like Latino backgrounds. They're usually like there's machismo and that kind of stuff, and you're
That's
like,
exactly
oh no.
right. Yeah.
And then I googled what happened when you come out to your parents and those horror stories, and I was like, oh no.
Wow.
And I packed a
Wow.
little bag.
Oh my God, you did?
Yeah, and then I was like, Mom, I kissed a boy, and she was doing the dishes, and she was like, doing the dishes.
Wow.
She didn't even care. I mean, it was kind of obvious.
Like she
Let's be
already knew.
honest, yeah.
She already came to terms
Yeah.
with it.
But it's
She
still, and
knew.
you know, coming from like a Latino culture, it can be scary
Yeah.
because there are those stories out there.
Right.
Also, Brazil
mom
is like
was
this
very
huge
chill.
Catholic nation as
Mhm.
well.
Oh yes, Grandma's very Catholic, but she was chill too. The women in my family are great. The men in comparison.
So what happened with the men?
Ooh.
Were they like, girl? Well, no, they
Yeah.
weren't like, girl.
Mm-mm.
Were they,
yeah.
boy, man?
Yeah, I don't even have a lot of contact with my
Mm.
dad's part of the family because my mom and my dad were never like actually together. So and then he reached out to me after a while, but then I was already out and he didn't really want to do anything with me at the time, and then we didn't talk for a while. And every now and then he still tries to reach out, but I'm like, eh.
Now,
I'm
do you
old.
think his outlook on life or his outlook on the gay experience could change? Because I know a lot of people are seeing more representation in media, and there's more conversation, especially in Latin countries. We're seeing gay stars in telenovelas. We're seeing them more in movies. Do you think maybe he's come around and maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's funny because in my family, the male members are more okay with it than the female.
Are you serious? That's really odd.
Yeah, like my uncles are like totally cool with it, which you think like Mexican,
wild,
Latino,
yeah.
like machismo, and they're like fine
Mhm.
with it.
But you know, somebody that's so confident in their own sexuality wouldn't have all these weird feelings towards it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you're really straight, what do you care if I'm gay or not? It's not
Exactly.
like, you know.
It has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I just don't get that.
That's
be honest.
interesting. So did your mom like have a problem with you coming out?
No, my coming out story was very anticlimactic like that as well.
Mine too, yeah.
I was like, Mom, I'm gay. And she's like, I know.
It's like, now go make me some underwear.
She's like, I've known since you were 4. I'm like,
Oh.
Four? What
I'm
were you
like,
doing at
"Well,
4?
You could have like told me and saved me a lot of trouble. Thank you.
My mom had all the signs in front of her. I listened to nothing but musical theater. I had a friend who spent the night every night, and she
Oh.
still didn't just nothing.
I had a friend like that, and my mom was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I love your friend Darren. Is he spending the night again?"
Again on Christmas Eve, yes.
See, I didn't have a lot of boyfriends growing up. I was always with the girls.
It's funny though because emo kids are very they're very fluid. Like even when I was a kid, the emo kids were like,
you never know.
Yeah. So what's the difference? Because there's classifications of nerds is what I'm realizing.
Yeah.
When I was young, the nerds were the ones with the glasses and they were picking their nose, right? And they were playing not the cool video games. They weren't playing Nintendo. They were playing, I don't know what nerds played with because I wasn't a nerd. But now there's like nerds, there's like Dungeons and Dragons nerds, there's sci-fi nerds, which is my family because I'm a Trekkie, but then there's gamer nerds, which are actually the cool guys. So there's so many different classifications of nerds now. Like nerd is now cool.
Yeah, I think there's like an umbrella term like geek now.
Oh, geek.
Yeah, I think nerd back in the day would be more like, oh, that kid that has good grades and kind of stuff. I was always an average student. I didn't have good grades. I just played a lot of video games. Especially high school. I would play games till 4 in the morning, and then I had to go like to class in the morning. I would sleep through first period.
But I think that's very normal of like kids in high school that... Now, do you think because you felt alienated that the video game was your world? Like, what was so attractive about the video game world?
I think it's more the possibility that you can be something important, something that can make a difference. Because I'm really into like Japanese RPGs, and they usually like tell a story. They have a narrative. The characters, they have character development, and you can relate to a character and see how they change the world. I think that's what attracted me the most towards games. So those are still the ones that I actually play the most. I don't like shooters. That's like straight boy thing.
Yeah, shooters is very straight. Plus, they're
Call of
so
Duty,
violent.
honey, no.
And plus, it's like, how many different ways can you shoot somebody?
Yeah, I want to throw like fireballs. Yeah.
I think there should be a gaming branch of Andrew Christian Underwear. Wouldn't that be awesome?
There's some like gay games, gay gear games. There's this game called Dream Daddy that you kind of have to date another dad. They're
Girl, I don't want kids. I don't want to date any other dad.
They're
I don't want
actual,
kids.
yeah,
I
they're
don't want
actual
pets.
dads.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
not just daddy in that sense of the word, you know.
But we are seeing, like I said, when I was a kid and video games were a thing, it was very macho. It was like only guys played video
Yeah.
games, especially with the shooter games became very popular. It's
Same
like,
with
God,
me.
so...
Same with me. Like I was never into video games, and I never got into them because just like it was like a dude thing.
It was, and then it went from up, down, down to fireball jump, and then it went to like 6 buttons, and that's when I was like, oh, you want me to do what? That's too much work.
Yeah.
But you know, all the gays, they pick the girls in fighting games. Street
Because
Fighter,
girls
all the
kick
gays,
ass.
they got Chun-Li.
So here's the thing about the gaming world now is we see female characters, and the straight guys love the female characters because they're usually
The
with
boobies.
the boobs and they're whatever. But they're kick-ass women that are the heroes, and they're
Yeah.
really kicking ass. So on one hand, that's really kind of promoted, even though it's kind of sexualized them, but everybody in gaming is sexualized. But it's promoted the idea of women in kick-ass roles. But we're seeing more gay characters in games,
We
and we're
are.
seeing gay games. Has there been, because I know you're on Twitch a lot and you're kind of communicating with a lot of these gamers, do you see any kickback from straight guys being like, oh, what are all these gay guys doing here?
Ugh.
Oh, do tell.
Oh,
Do tell.
was a big
There's
thing.
always that straight person. They're like, why are you pushing the narrative in games? Like, I just don't understand. Most games, 90% of the cast isn't like a straight white dude.
Yeah.
And then there's a girl that's a lesbian in a game. It's like, oh, it's pushing a narrative. Like, these people don't exist, you know?
See, that's exactly right. It's like, well, how about the narrative in all the straight games is like,
That'd be-
have to go rescue the princess
For
because she's
30
so,
years.
yeah.
And now we're having more good representation too, because mostly like queer-coded characters are usually evil or like mentally ill or insane.
Well, welcome to West Hollywood.
True though.
Truth.
Oh God. But now we see more positive representations, like people in the actual party of the heroes that can be like a queer character, you know.
Now, why do you think that has happened in the gaming world? Why do you think gay representation has become a thing? Where's that coming from?
I think because there's a demand, because there's a lot of there's a target audience for that too. And I think since the world is like going forward, we tend to like normalize that, you know. And I think putting stuff in media, especially like for like a little boy in like, I don't know, Montana, and he sees that, you know, I think it's important, especially like as a little like queer kid growing up where you don't see anything that you can relate to. When you see that now, I think this is so important for like this like new queer like youth, you know.
I think that's a really good point because these stories are being told. So people are saying, hey, there are gay people out there out in the real
Mhm.
world, and now there is video games, and like you said, they can be anybody that they
Mhm.
want.
Even cartoons.
and that
yeah.
you're normal and you're not.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with you being gay.
Mhm.
You know.
Especially in positive scenarios. Because, I mean, it's okay. It gets a little tiring when all the queer coded characters are very evil.
See, but I always gravitate towards the evil characters, like Cruella,
know.
like Disney princesses. I'm like, well, I'll be so bored if I have to spend
I
time with
like
the
them.
Disney princess. Girl, you are a princess.
I try.
You are like the perfect like boy because you're so nice and you're like you are Prince Charming,
Mm.
and I'm like Ursula over here. Rah! Poor unfortunate souls. Okay, we're gonna play a little. We're gonna do a little hot topic segment. Kurt, take it away, please. It's time for Hot Topics on the Rocks with Alexander. Better pour yourself another.
This is hot. That's hot. That's hot. It's really hot.
I have never seen Mr. Andrew Christian drink so less. Okay, here's the hush, child, hush. Okay, here's the hot topic segment for both y'all. Couples have been driving each other crazy during COVID, but now people are going back to work, back to the gyms, back to the clubs. Here's the hot topic. Your partner has confessed that they have had relations with somebody else, whether it be a quickie at the gym, a lunch break tryst, or even a one-night stand. Do you forgive them because COVID has been crazy and you spent too much time with each other, or do you dump them?
I think they get a pass. Because at the end of the day, they're coming back home to you.
Yes. Yes.
I'm confident enough in myself to.
Plus, COVID has been kind of weird. Like when you're with somebody day after day after day, it's like even I want you to go with somebody else. Like,
Right.
give me a break.
I think it
Exactly.
depends on the agreement.
So so in this scenario, how about that? There is no agreement. Your boyfriend comes home and he's like,
Oh.
"This is what happened today," and I just couldn't help it.
But was there an agreement prior to that? Like, were you open before or no? So no, that's a break of the contract.
Oh, so you are like monogamous.
If I start with someone and I decide to be monogamous, that's how it's gonna be. If I start with someone and I decide to be open, that's how it's gonna be.
Even under like these kind of circumstances,
Yeah.
you are
You have
Prince
to
Charming.
talk first. No, you have to talk first. You have to talk first. Make things clear so there's no misunderstandings. It's the crazy Latina. It comes out.
Well, and we're Latins. Like we need to have sex 4 times a day, or we might self-destruct, right? Or we
Explode.
turn into Charo. No. Gucci. Now, what if your partner had come up to you and said, "Hey, you and I haven't had sex in a month. I'm getting stir crazy. I think can I just do something?"
Yeah, if they can talk and bring like a topic, we can talk. We
Oh.
can be reasonable, as long as the person he's like going home to
Yeah, and honest
paying
about
more
everything.
attention.
For me, it would be like, if it's just a hookup, that's fine. But if it's like,
If it has emotion, it's bad.
yeah, if they're like
Yeah.
hanging out and doing, then that's like something different.
Yeah. So, but like a hookup, you would be like, "Okay,
I'd be fine with that.
okay, all right. Well, that's some very adult out views because there's the Latin part of us that would like have a fight and scratch them, key their car, and
It
poke their
happens in our
tires, even
head.
though we're having an affair too.
It happens in our head.
Right. We have all this happening, and then we're like, okay. And they're like, "What's wrong?" Nothing.
Nothing's wrong. Did you do anything wrong? No? Okay, nothing's wrong.
All right, so that was our hot topic. For that, we are going to take a break. We're going to hear from a message from our other presenting sponsor, Uberlube. And when we come back, we are talking about Trophy Boy 2021, what it takes to be an Andrew Christian model, and some of the behind-the-scenes reality of what happens at a photo shoot when we come back. During quarantine, we've all been a little antsy lately, maybe causing some friction at home with our loved ones, or with our loved ones, lefty and righty. I'd like to introduce you to the official lube of On the Rocks radio show, Uberlube, the luxury lube used and appreciated by our crew and host. Feeling is everything. Excitement, intimacy, anticipation, contentment. Uberlube lets you feel all the things you want to feel, and it was created with sex in mind, but with a formula so pure and perfected, why limit it to just one area of your life? Sex! Uberlube makes sex better for everyone by reducing friction, not sensation. Style! From taming frizz and conditioning ends to achieving a smooth, healthy sheen, Uberlube is a multi-purpose styling solution for salons and at home. Sport! Whether you're training for a triathlon or just keeping in shape, Uberlube provides long-lasting, high-performance shave protection. And when travel is a thing again, check out Uberlube's Good To Go Traveler, perfect for your purse, pocket, gym bag, or carry-on luggage. The Good To Go Traveler features the same Uberlube product in a discreet traveler for your encounters with other discreet travelers. Mile High Club, anyone? If you are caught with your pants down, don't you dare be caught with anything else but Uberlube, bringing you the luxury and loot since 2002, headquartered in Chicago. And you know they know a lot about sausages in Chicago. Head to Uberlube.com to stock up. Who knows how much longer we're going to be home alone? Your loved ones will thank you, lefty and righty. Also, Uberlube has given us a discount code. I won't tell you how much, but it's nice. Go to Uberlube.com, use discount code on the rocks, no spaces, just on the rocks, and you'll get a little discount. All right.
Oh, I need to use that code.
Yeah, well, we're gonna send you both some. Okay, I want to talk about Trophy Boy 2021. It's a coveted role. We're talking about Drag Race season 13, but it's like, who's this year's Trophy Boy? Andrew, what do you look for when you choose a Trophy Boy? And is it like a panel of judges, or is it you, like on Instagram one night?
Well, it's me and my panel. Got Andrew Christian.
Who is your panel? Can I be on the panel next year?
Yeah.
Okay. You paused a little bit.
Yeah.
Is there like drinks involved?
No.
Oh, forget it. I'm busy.
It's a very boring workplace, actually. But me and my team, we all get together and we're like, oh, what about this guy and this guy? And then we narrow it down, and then we're like. So this year we decided on Lucas.
So how did you come across Lucas? Like, how did he come up for conversation?
So usually, like when we do like a Trophy Boy contest, we open it up to the entire country and we travel around and I pick winners from different cities. Well, obviously that was impossible with COVID.
Yeah.
So we knew Lucas. We worked with him a little bit in the past, and he's always just been really great to work with, and
super nice. Super nice.
Like, we have this guy in our backyard. Why don't we make him the 2021 Trophy Boy? He has a great personality. I think what people relate to about Lucas is that he's very genuine. Like what you see is what you get with Lucas, and he has that little like nerd quality and.
Girl, not the nerds I meet. Come on. So I'm very surprised, and I know people on social media said this on the Instagram post and all that, and I also got this message knowing that you guys were coming on. They're like, wow, Andrew Christian chose somebody with some body hair, which is a definite shift because, in the past, you've been known for like, well, there's nothing for older guys, there's nothing for chubbier guys, there's nothing for hairy guys because everybody was like a salmon trying to swim upstream. It's like wet and glistening. And then we see this brawny guy with huge eyebrows, by the way, because most of your models are like, are you Lucille Ball? I can't see your eyebrows. And then we see body hair, which is very different. Was that a conscious choice, or were you like, this is what men look like now? There's been a shift, yes?
Well, we've actually been trying to find guys with body hair for a while, but it's just difficult in LA.
Everybody shaves it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And personally, I like guys with body hair. Like I like guys that are just
do you
like
really?
I do.
It's funny because you're mostly surrounded by like
hairless.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, that makes it easy because then you're not like tempted. You're like, meh.
So I think it's time, embrace the fur.
Well, and we're seeing this. We're seeing body positivity is now a term. We're embracing a lot of different kind of styles. And so I'm glad to see Andrew Christian, accepting that. And I have to say, it's not like, oh, there's the one with body hair. It fits in seamlessly with this is sexy guys.
And the feedback we've gotten has been great. Everybody loves Lucas, loves his hairiness, loves his personality. So I'm very happy.
Now, Lucas, what was? Do you remember the first Andrew Christian pair of underwear that you bought and you wore, or do you remember the first time you were aware of the brand?
I had red ones, and they were briefs.
Everybody's, even mine. Everybody's first pair is a red brief.
I wonder why.
Yeah,
why
like
is
Isn't that funny? It is literally everybody. Even Margaret Cho's like, I got a red brief.
I like briefs because they're comfy.
But why did you choose red?
It's one of my favorite colors, red and pink.
It's a very confident color, and I think when you're ready to buy Andrew Christian, you're ready to be like, this is pretty gay. And so might as well be confident. And red makes everybody look good. Like, even if you don't look good, you put on red, it's like, you look good. Right? Okay. Now, did you buy it because you knew it was a gay brand, or you just liked how it looked on
I just thought it was cute.
Well, and you kind of had a shift because there was a while that you were doing, it wasn't a gay brand, so to speak. Either was male and female kind of underwear, and then you kind of came out of the closet, so to speak.
Well, we started out as gay, and then we tried to branch out and kind of be everything to everybody, and try to, do women's underwear and go into the straight market, which didn't work so well. And then we just went back to being ourselves and doing what worked for us and being out and gay and designing for the gay community.
And you've set the standard. So many people try to do Andrew Christian style underwear, and then it looks like crap because it's hanging in weird places and it falls apart, and it's like, oh, okay. Lucas, what was your first day on your very first Andrew Christian photo shoot like? Were you nervous before?
I was. Oh my god.
What was the photo shoot for?
I actually don't remember. I think it was catalog first, right? The ones that you take the pictures.
I honestly
underwear,
can't remember.
I can't remember.
It probably was catalog.
Yeah, but I was so nervous.
First.
I didn't know what to do, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Now, catalog is where you just kind of stand there on your own, right?
Right. It's like all the images for our website.
Yeah.
So it's just it's very kind of
lonely almost.
It's boring. I mean, boring for Andrew Christian. Not really that boring, but
it's just like you have certain poses that you have to
so you
learn.
like take a front pose and then a side pose and a back pose, and it's very like mechanical and like okay, next.
Well, I know a big part of you choosing a trophy boy has to be personality because they're out there meeting people and they're representing the brand. When you're kind of doing catalog, you can't even use your personality. It's like they're literally just looking at the physical part of you.
I actually don't remember the first video that we did. I just remember that I was very quiet.
I think one of the first videos you did was with Corey Z.
That's true.
Yeah, it was a challenge video.
Yeah.
Oh, we know how friendly he is. Just kidding. Love you, Corey.
It was we're supposed to hum a song, right? Eating like crackers or something. Oh, that was a while ago. I remember that.
Yeah.
See, but that kind of breaks you into a shell, and I think that's what people love about your videos. That's why, I know most of your models, and so I'm not going to sit and watch like a video that they do and other stuff, or, if they're an adult film star, I don't sit there and watch the videos. It's like, I know that guy. But your videos are so fun that you engage with them for so many different reasons. Yes, it's sexy. Yes, you get to see skin, but then you get to see the models kind of relax and be their personality.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's very fun. I mean, and that's the big part of being an Andrew Christian model. It's not just being hot or sexy. It's about the personality and being relatable to people.
Now, did you know that you were in the running for Trophy Boy? Did you have any idea?
I had no idea. Actually.
He had no idea. I conked at him. He was like,
I was shook.
He was like, okay.
Because I didn't assume that I would be the Trophy Boy because I'm usually very, very quiet,
It's funny because when like a hot muscly guy is quiet, people assume that they're stuck up.
Yeah.
Or that they just don't want to pay attention. Do you get that?
Sometimes I do.
A lot.
Like standoffish.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because he's worked our booth at DragCon before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but DragCon's like a whole different
all
environment.
These guys just like, they just like...
Because I waved.
They're like a magnet to him. And everybody wants a picture with Lucas. And everybody wants to be next to Lucas.
I think it's because I have...
big arms. Literally, your bicep, can you just do that? That's like the size of my head.
His bicep is the size of my leg.
Can you even wear shirts?
I do, but it's a struggle. Like long sleeve ones.
Yeah, like you would have to probably get them tailor made, right?
I usually don't have to like wear adult clothes that often.
What if somebody invites you to like a funeral? You're gonna show up like with a black tank top, like I'm sad, yo.
I just squeeze. I just don't move that much.
You know what a video needs to be? Is have him put on regular clothes.
Every challenge that we have to take stuff off, I always lose.
Yeah.
Because I'm always get stuck.
Literally.
It's a tragedy.
I'm like, oh, well. Wow. So how did you find out? Did Andrew text you or did you get an official email with like
it was
a card
Freddie
or something?
On Twitter.
You found it on Twitter?
Time ago. Or was it Instagram?
No, I talked to you first.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't even remember. Oh my God.
You were probably like playing a video game. You're like,
I don't remember, actually. I thought it was Freddie.
It was
me.
me.
It was you?
Hello?
I don't remember.
Well, at least he calls and texts you back. So when you found out, what was the first feeling?
I was shook at first. I was like, because I knew of Andrew Christian,
Yeah, of course.
And
and Trophy Boy, like I said, it comes with the good, and it also comes with like a lot of pressure because all eyes on you.
And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
So what does being a trophy boy mean to you?
I think when you have that kind of spotlight, you also have to be like someone that tries to like pass a message, you know, kind of be like a little bit of like a role model for
Use
the
your
community.
voice, yeah.
Especially now that since we have like social media platforms, we have the possibility to make ourselves heard and make positive influences in the community. So I think that's a responsibility that comes with it, you know.
Well, I think you speak for many communities, such as the gay community.
Mhm.
You also speak for immigrants coming here and making a
Yeah.
better life for themselves, or you know, being a part of the community, and also the gaming community, which we talked to. You know,
Yeah.
as much representation as you can get, the better. And I think you know it does help that you have the muscles and you have the hair because you're kind of manly. So it's like this is what a gay guy looks like too. It's not just me and Ross Matthews hanging out at Motherlode.
Yeah, it's funny that growing up, I didn't have a lot of like gamer friends. It was mostly like people I played online with, and I never knew who they were.
That's a huge part of it.
Yeah. Even today, there's some people that I play. I played this like MMO game that I have no idea how they look like.
What's MMO?
Massive multiplayer online game.
I had that at my house on Friday night. No, but there's all these acronyms too.
Yeah.
Like it's like I don't even know.
It's Final Fantasy, and sometimes I have no idea how they look like. I just know their avatar.
But it's funny because with this new era of technology, there's also a lot of gamers that are known for like on Twitch.
Yeah.
They have the camera there, so you know exactly
Sometimes
who
I
you're
do that
playing.
too.
We have the sexy women and we have the sexy men, and they're like half naked playing like a shooter game. It's like
Boobies are dangerous though on Twitch. You can get banned.
yeah,
Even
I've
boy
heard
boobies.
that.
Yeah.
Really?
Especially if you stream on console, no titty.
Well,
if you stream on PC, you can show some titty.
There goes my Twitch career because I got them titties. Lucas, with so much focus on your body and your looks, do you ever feel objectified or that your sexuality overshadows who you are?
Sometimes, yeah. I think it catches people's attention, you know, and sometimes, especially with what I do, like being a model, working in the adult industry, that's all people see, and that's what all people think about you. And I sometimes, who I am gets overshadowed by that. But I mean, if the person wants to know me, they'll get to know me eventually, you know. So I don't worry about that much.
Now, what about social media? Your social media is great. It's beautiful. It shows your gaming, whatever, but it's pretty sexy. Like, I don't see you eating a waffle ever. You know what I mean? How much is your social media planned out? How many times do you take a selfie before you post it? Or are you cognizant of it?
I am actually very bad at taking pictures.
He says that, but the pictures he takes
It's
do like
ridiculous. It's like,
amazingly
whoa!
well.
It's true. I have to take like 15,000 pictures to get
I don't
one
think
I like.
so.
Yes,
I don't think
yes,
so.
yes.
I really don't think so either.
No, it's true.
But his photos look very like authentic, not like
That's right. They're not-
edited and not filtered.
Yeah, I try not to edit
Yeah.
that
And-
much.
And I
you
think
know?
that's what people like. They're just like these raw photos.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's raw, but it's still like better than most of our Facetune photos. Now, because I know I love your social media, because you have the business social media and you have a team that does that and it's all the sexy stuff. Then we see your social media, which we see some of the sexy stuff, but then we see you like having a cocktail or you like at the gym or whatever. But it's not like I'm Andrew Christian. You're like I'm Andrew Christian. Like it's very personal.
Well, I first started it for like my friends and stuff because
Yeah.
I wanted an Instagram to follow my friends and what they're doing, and they could follow me. And then it's kind of like grown a little bit, and people that are actually interested in me, the designer. So I try to incorporate like all aspects of my life: my work, cooking, making cocktails.
I was gonna say that's your cooking. It's like, but I loved even during COVID, you did like let's make a cocktail happy hour, and that was very successful.
Can I tell you, I perfected my Cosmopolitan game during lockdown.
Then what am I doing pouring these drinks here?
Yeah.
Okay, next
Yeah.
time.
Next
we're gonna
time,
do
I'm shaken.
cocktail. What if we had an Andrew Christian cocktail recipe book?
That would be cute.
A
I don't
partnership
think-
on the rocks, and Andrew Christian present, and we'll bring some of our celebrity recipes,
Yes.
and we'll raise money for something.
Oh, that's nice.
Poor gamers in Kansas.
But it kind of sucks now because now I go to like a bar and I'm like, can I have a Cosmopolitan?
And
it's
they don't know
like,
how to make it.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh my lord. And you must get this too because people assume Andrew Christian because we've seen you on TV, on the TV shows and whatever, and they want you to be the Andrew Christian. I've hung out with you at a club. I know how you are. Like you're very friendly and fun and all that. But people must have an assumption. It's like, oh, Andrew Christian.
I don't understand why. Like they have an assumption that I'm stuck up or this. I'm like, why would I be like that? Like
Andrew's so
why-
approachable.
why
Oh my
would I
God.
not-
So approachable.
why would I not want?
Maybe it's because you're a little quiet too.
Why would I not want to meet people? Like I'm doing what I love. These are like people that are like have come out to like an event to meet me or recognize me and have like wanted to come up and say hi to me. So why wouldn't I be happy to say hi to them?
And you will show up at prides across the world. You went to Hong Kong Pride, or
I've done Hong Kong Pride, I've done Taipei Pride, I've done Tel Aviv Pride, I've done London Pride, I've done Austin Pride, I've done
like you'll show up at
Columbus, Ohio Pride.
but you'll show up in a hole in the wall bar, and then you'll show up at the major clubs. That's the kind of way you want to connect with the community. And sometimes you actually have to pay for it out of pocket, and people don't realize that.
That's kind of how I started my company. Marketing was like flying myself around all the
Yep.
country, doing all these small little clubs, just trying
And
to
coach.
get people aware of my brand and get out there and make that personal connection.
We are aware. And then every nonprofit wants to email you and be like, hey, we have a fundraiser. Can you donate like $300 worth of product? And you're like, well, if I did that, then I wouldn't be able to, have
We
my
actually
business.
do donate to a lot of
You do
nonprofits.
a lot.
I have to say though, like my favorite events are going to like small town bars and small town prides.
Those are my favorite events too, because you
Yeah.
actually get to talk and you have more fun because you're not like on, Sorry, there's a message from the chat room.
And people are like genuinely excited that you're there and you made the effort to come out and see them. And
in a small town, they've made that effort to come out to a
Yeah.
place that's not like the Abbey where everybody's welcome. Sometimes going to the gay bar in the small town.
a lot of these
Kinda
small towns, like
dangerous.
they haven't had Pride for like a very long time, just like a few years. So everybody comes out, like literally everybody in the town that's part of the community comes out for that Pride.
And you might inspire somebody who that was their first time at a gay club, and you have this conversation with them. It's like, this is what the gay community can be like. And we've talked about your early beginnings. I used to design clothes in school because you didn't have the funds to go buy the latest things. You're like, I'll design them. That's like an American dream story, incorporating being part of the Latin community and being part of the gay community. I mean, you have a lot to share.
Yeah. And even like people come up to me and like, oh, I'm from Fresno too.
Why would
So-
you admit that?
That's where I
I
grew
love
up.
your community, but if you're from, oh, that's right. They have good raisins from Fresno, right? Okay. Lucas, what kind of DMs do you get like on a daily basis?
Oh my God.
Like just like, I mean, I can assume, but
There's like, they're very different. They're the thirsty ones, of course.
what are the do they preamble? The thirsty ones I get are not the
Sometimes
thirsty
it-
ones anyone wants.
Sometimes it's just like a dick.
And it's like, boom.
Yeah.
Do you ever be like, well, that's nice.
I mean, it's funny because I think people forget I have a dick too. Because if I want to see one, I can look down to.
It's more fun when it's somebody else.
at least
exactly.
ask.
I mean, I've seen mine.
At least ask.
Yeah, it's like, hey, do
Like,
you want to see
hi.
some? Yeah. But have you ever been so wowed you're like, I'm going to respond? Do you ever respond to those kind of pics?
Not usually.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Don't send them a dick pic without like.
I prefer more like interesting interactions. Like when I post something about like a game or something, and the person's like, "Oh, I'm playing that." Like,
'cause
which
it's something
server
that
are you
can-
on?
Yeah.
Something I can relate to and actually develop a conversation. I think that's more fun.
No, do people send you DMs of like, here's me in my underwear, put me as your model?
all the time.
No, here's what I love about the Andrew Christian blog is you'll do the hot pics of the week, and you'll pick actual Instagram post from a variety of different guys.
Yeah, I mean, we want to show like the community and that diversity of
I love
guys
that.
and real people.
And show that hotness kind of exists in many different ways. Have you had any social media hate? Like when you were announced as the trophy boy
Yeah.
and some of the Andrew Christian, like, he has body hair. I don't like that. Did you have any of that?
Some people are always mean,
Well, yeah.
That's
It's like,
you just ignore it. They're not paying your bills. They're not giving you thrills.
I feel like too, like you'll have like 50 good comments and then you'll
And then
get like the
there's
one bad
one or two
and that's
bad
the one you
ones.
focus on.
Yeah.
so it's scientific fact that it takes 10 good comments to overcome one bad comment.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like they did a study on that about self-esteem, and that's what we focus on.
Because
Isn't
I
that-
think
Yeah.
they forget there's a person behind the picture
Yeah.
of the video, and maybe they're unaware of that, or maybe they're just mean. I don't know.
they're just so upset about their own life, and it's behind a keyboard. I call them keyboard warriors. It doesn't take that much to send a nasty message, My mom does it to her neighbors all the time.
I just think a lot of people aren't aware of. They're just very like self-centered and very self-focused. So they just, I don't know.
And by
And
all
they- and
means,
they-
I love a good read when it's funny.
It's I'm
But I don't like when it's mean. I like it when it's funny.
it's a very thin line because I am not the friendliest person. You know that, but I make it funny. Oh, he's just silent.
Oh,
You're very friendly.
No,
It was just
I'm friendly
looking.
to you, but no. But I'll do it like the fun read. But I agree when it's vicious and it's not funny or anything.
Yeah.
It's like
Mhm.
no. So Andrew, how is the Trophy Boy tour going to be different this year? Because obviously we're used to seeing.
Well, we're not touring, so.
So how is everybody going to get to experience Lucas this year?
Well, things are starting to open up now, so
That's true.
Vaxxed and waxed. Well, not waxed.
Some
Not
prides
waxed.
some prides are starting to happen, like in Texas, like in Dallas. So some of my boys are going there, and
I didn't know that El Paso was such a big deal. So my family came from El Paso, and it has a huge club, and you guys are there a lot.
yeah,
When-
touch bar, I love it.
When's your next date there?
I don't know. I need to text them because I just
Okay,
want to.
I wanna go.
I just want to go.
Okay, well I'm gonna go.
And there's a direct flight to El Paso from L.A.
Why?
I
Nobody
know,
wants
like,
to get
why?
into El Paso.
Who would think that there's a direct flight? And,
Okay, can I
and
please
it's
go?
only like 2 hours because it's like right on the edge of Texas.
Because the pilot's like, let's just get there so we can leave.
Yeah.
Can we go?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna go and I'll say hi to my family, even though they're not speaking to me. But that's another issue. Okay, both of you, what is your favorite part of a photo shoot day at Andrew Christian, and what is your least favorite part?
Who starts? Me? Wait.
Let me hear your.
I do like the videos because I have so much fun. Like the videos for the website. They have like positions and like fun stuff. That's my favorite part.
Okay, where you can just like be yourself.
Yeah, I think catalog is the one that's mostly like mechanic, so it's the least fun one.
I think it'd be very like no matter how good your body is, you're gonna be like, oh, they're looking at that one little thing that, and plus it's lonely.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're doing good or bad or.
I mean, at this point, I'm used to it because it's just so fast.
The
Lucas,
life of a model, I know.
Lucas has definitely like developed his craft and he knows his poses now and he knows what to do and what.
You
What
can
works
see
and
that
what doesn't work.
when you see a new Andrew Christian model, always at the
Oh,
beginning, and then
yes.
you see this growth, and then you see like Nick Mask has totally taken off, and he's like rah, you do see a growth, and I think that comes from being in a fun, safe environment.
Definitely.
Okay, so you're on the other side of the camera. So what's your favorite part of a photo shoot day, and what is your least favorite part?
Okay, let's start with my least favorite. My least favorite is the punch list of like shots that we need to get, and especially like he said, his funnest part is videos. For me, that's the most difficult part because we have a punch list of like, okay, we need to get this,
And they're acting
this,
crazy or whatever.
and then like, okay, you need to work this line into it, and it's very stressful.
Yeah.
For them, it's fun, but for
It's fine.
on the other end, in the back of the camera, it's very stressful.
Plus, you also have to keep an eye out for what is like PG-13 rather than like what's like X-rated.
I mean, we have to push the limit a little bit, but not enough
Yeah.
for.
It's always tasteful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
My mom's watching the videos while she's at the grocery, so.
And I guess the funnest part for me is just getting to hang out with the guys and tell jokes and laugh, and when we're in between shots and when we're not shooting, and just unexpected things that you don't expect to happen.
Is he like a regular boss where he walks in and he's like, oh, he's in the room, or he's just like, oh, it's Andrew?
He's just there.
Yeah. That probably works in your benefit and maybe not in your benefit too.
Well, most of the time I'm shooting BTS stuff,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
stuff for social media. So I
He's
kind
always
of,
like in the background. getting
yeah,
social
I'm like
media
a fly
stuff.
on the wall,
Yeah.
recording everything.
Even the bloopers.
I love the bloopers.
Like I posted today.
That was great.
That was so funny.
All right, we are going to play a little truth or sip.
Ooh.
Kurt, if you could take it away, please. Truth or sip on the Rocks with Alexander. All right, on Truth or Sip, our guests either have to tell us the truth or take a sip of a very strong cocktail. Are you in rehab or something? I've never seen you drink so slowly. So, my friend, you
Peer pressure.
you do not drink.
I deny.
So, you either have to tell us the truth or you have to sing a line from something.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to sing a line from any song, but you have to sing. So that's what yours
Oh
is.
no, my puberty voice.
That sounds like, baby, baby. Okay, Lucas, well, you're up first.
Oh no.
Have you hooked up with another Andrew Christian model? Tell us the truth, or you have to sing a little ditty. The fact that you have to pause.
I actually don't know this, so I'm interested to know.
Why do you have to think about it? You either know if you hooked up or not. Oh, if you fooled around. Are you going to tell us, or are you going to have to sing?
Is it a past or present model?
Well, all of a sudden he's calling HR real fast.
Past. Oh no, I think it was Corey. Yeah. But we didn't hook up. We just
What is just What is
didn't get to like
Heavy petting.
penetration?
yeah, no.
Does anybody ever penetrate Corey? He's like Zoolander. Okay, well, you answered. Andrew, if you had to date one of your Andrew Christian models, which one would it be?
Oh, Jesus.
And I said date, not the other.
PG-13.
I'm going to take a sip.
Okay.
I'm going to take a
Yeah.
gulp.
Yeah. Andrew, which Andrew Christian model is the biggest pain in the ass to work with?
You're just
I live.
giving me all the questions
These are all
today.
questions from our listeners. I'm just, it's for the listeners.
I'm going to take another swig.
Okay, Lucas, which Andrew Christian model has not been the friendliest to you?
Corey Z.
No, Corey was actually nice, actually.
Well, obviously.
Well, yeah, because he was in your pants.
Not nice, but Arad is
Just
just
like
quiet.
two bottoms don't make a right. Like, what do you guys do? Just like throw it at each other?
Arad is just quiet, but he's not rude, you know?
No. So who's the rudest? You can either answer or sing us a little ditty.
I actually have to think. There was one at DragCon. He was kind of rude, but I don't remember his name.
Oh.
He doesn't work with Andrew anymore.
Oh, well, for good
Oh,
reason.
wow.
Okay.
That's probably why.
Well, that was
Was the
anticlimactic.
first.
Andrew, which model from the past do you miss and wish would come back?
Oh, Jesus. I miss John Pastor.
Oh my God, John.
I don't remember which one that is.
He lives in Miami.
Oh,
He's a sweetheart.
John, come back. Andrew, which model from the past are you glad is gone?
Oh, honey, I'm taking a swig. Which one, honey? There's a whole list.
Oh my God.
Lucas, finish this sentence. Best sex I ever had was with...
My partner.
You have a partner now?
I do.
You're off the show. How long have you been together?
It's been...
Do you know this?
I knew he had a partner.
Yeah.
I don't know how long though.
How long?
A couple of months, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah,
honey.
it's new.
it's very new. That doesn't...
Oh, we're U-Haul
That doesn't count.
lesbians. Yeah.
You
He
moving
is,
in...
he is like that.
It's not real till you move in your PS5 console. Did I say it right?
Lucas
It's
moved to LA
happening,
for a
though.
boy.
San Diego, yeah.
Yeah,
San
well,
Diego.
we're going to talk about that, by the way. So stay tuned for that. Okay. So with your current boy, that's the best sex you ever had.
Yeah.
Andrew, one of your designs that is your favorite because it's so sexy, but you would never wear.
The thongs I design.
Yeah, well, the thongs are just like if you cough, then it's like, oh, God.
I mean, I like the way they look on other guys, but I would.
Yeah.
I would never
You have to be
wear
a thong guy.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. Lucas, have you ever cheated on your boyfriend?
No.
On any boyfriend?
No.
Never. You seem like that's the truth. Andrew, what is your favorite body part on a model?
I think legs.
We're not at Popeyes. What do you legs?
Like nice, like developed legs.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Get them square.
Because that
And-
usually
and
means like a nice butt.
And it looks good with like briefs and.
Yes. Yeah, you have to have you can't. Yep. Like all the skinny guys are like, I'm skinny, I'm amazing. It's like,
Yeah.
don't look that much. Lucas, least favorite adult scene partner.
Oof. I think my first one, he was straight. It was awful.
What was his
Ew.
name?
Maddie Strong, I guess. Oh God.
Not so strong,
Why?
Maddie. Lucas, on-camera co-star that you would want to date in real life.
Let's see. Mason Lear. He's nice.
Who?
Mason.
Kurt, I'd ask you to pull up a picture, but I don't want you to see something. He's straight and married, so I don't want him to see something. Mason, what? Strong?
Lear.
Lair?
Lear. AR.
Don't Google Kurt. God damn, I'm gonna get sued.
Oh, he's gonna. Ooh.
Andrew, do you ever watch the porn that some of your models are in?
I cannot watch porn that like if I know somebody that's in the porn, I can't watch it.
My Twitter
It's a
is
turn off.
blocked.
It's a turn off to me to like watch somebody. Because
It is weird. 'Cause, I'm friends with a lot of porn stars.
Me
It's
too. And
very
people are
weird.
like, "Oh,
I can't watch porn anymore."
No,
It's
they're
like,
like, "Do you want to see this?" I'm like, "No,
I don't
want
like
to see
watch
that."
my stuff either.
so you don't watch it after?
No, I don't like it. Only when I'm editing stuff.
I mean, I do watch porn, but if somebody's,
And I'm like, oh, my hair looks weird.
It's like, girl, nobody's looking at your hair.
I do watch porn, but if somebody I know is in it,
But there's nothing left to watch. You're like watching like Judy Garland gets busy with a
Yeah.
cocktail. Like that's the only kind
It's
of porn that
like,
we.
like vintage porn,
Yeah.
basically.
Funny thing.
That is true. It's like, well, we know half of them are
Funny
dead. But
thing. I've never watched that much porn. I like comics with
oh, so you
porny stuff.
yeah, because gaming and all that.
Yeah.
I just like it's animation. I mean, I won't even go see a Disney movie. Like you want me to pay $20 to see a Disney movie? No, I want to see real people.
Mm,
Same.
All right, that was our truth or sip. You didn't have to like do anything really.
I know.
All right.
I took a lot of sips, honey.
Yeah. Okay, we are going to talk about Lucas's adult film career now, but before we do, you didn't know that this was like a filmed podcast.
I did
so you
not.
came totally raw, which is totally fine.
Yeah, no foundation.
So we're going to do a little, you're going to walk us through this. We're going to do a
Yes.
little Andrew Christian skincare. So here's the thing. During COVID, oh, that's beautiful. Oh,
that's
girl.
me.
That's like feud Betty Davis and Joan Crawford right now.
All right.
At least Nick's hair looks good there. We're gonna do so. Here's the thing during COVID, and I'm victim too. You know, you don't shave day after day. You're not even going out in public, and you forget your skin routine. And now things are coming back. It's like my skin is horrible. So at Andrew Christian, you guys sent me a kit 2 months ago, and I've been doing it every day. And I do have to say, like, smooth as a button, right? So you're going to walk us through some of the products, and Lucas is actually going to apply them right before our very eyes.
So the funny thing about the skincare and cosmetics collection is that I launched it 2 days before shutdown in LA.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great timing.
Excellent timing.
So let's start with the Rapid Eye Detox, because that's one of my favorite items.
So
Oh,
here's
the one with the little balls? Yes.
Yeah.
I use the Rapid Eye when I first wake up, and then if I'm filming something, I'll do it half hour before, and then I do it before I go to bed. So explain.
So what's great about it has the 3 stainless steel balls. Can you show them?
I like your balls.
He's got 3 balls. So when you
Is he a Klingon?
when you're applying it, it feels like a spa experience.
It really does.
Because the balls are
like a
cooling and like
massage.
who doesn't want balls on their face?
Right?
And it has a little bit of a scent, like a spa-like scent. It has caffeine in it to help,
Poofiness.
The caffeine
dark
really helps,
circles.
especially if you have to go like on a date or have to be on camera, because all of a sudden it's like it sucks out the bags.
And it's sterile because you're not putting it on your finger. You're applying it directly
That's
onto
true.
your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And you can control better how much, product is so expensive. And that's what I also love about your skincare is that it's not very expensive. Like you can work it into your budget, but there's so much eye cream out there that's like $300 for this little thing. And you squeeze too much and it's like, well, what am I going to put it on? You're like, let me get to
Well,
the
that was
dog.
one of the things when I was developing it. Like it has to be affordable,
Yeah.
attainable to people.
Like your underwear is
Yeah.
affordable. Okay, next.
Next is the DSL.
My favorite.
I mean, who doesn't want DSL?
So, and I said this to you, and my makeup bag is in the other room. So, 20 minutes before we film this, that's the DSL.
Good dad.
You can see.
So this is our lip plumper. So you just apply a small amount.
This is like, you go to the real model. But look, you can see my bottom lip and upper lip. Yeah. Okay, go to the real model.
And the thing that I love about it doesn't have any color. It doesn't nobody's ever gonna know you're putting like a lip plumper on.
And there's lip plumpers out there that you're like, what do they do? You actually feel the tingle immediately, and it warms up your lips, and it gives them a little plump.
It gives you a little plump, a little.
But it's not funny. It's not like Kim Kardashian. You're like, Chloe. No, it's Like
so
you
that's
needed help with that.
actually our most popular item right now.
It's so
is
hot.
the DSL.
Oh, really? I thought it was the brow. I love it.
No.
Yeah.
Well, honey,
Speaking of
look
brow,
at- let's demonstrate the brow. So it's a 3-day. Oh, you lost it.
I dropped it.
I guess you'll have to
Oh,
bend over
no.
and get.
She dropped the brow.
She's a mess.
So what's good about it is
Kurt all of a sudden got all excited. The straight guy's like, I'll get it.
it's got like a little like kind of like forked
little
like
fork.
applicator, and over like 3 days, it's like slightly
You
like
just comb.
tints your brows, and you can use it for a beard. Like if you have a beard where you get that one spot that doesn't quite
It
grow
fills
in
it
as
up.
muan yeah, it helps fill it in.
And because of the 3 prongs, it looks like hair, whatever. It
Exactly.
never looks fake. I do use it. Well, Kurt, don't zoom in. But because I have thinner eyebrows, but I have patches in them, right? You just do that, and it really shapes it. And it's like, yeah, so you can see I filled it in. You can see the arch here. That's not all real. And it's so easy to use. It's like a marker for adults.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Next we have Bro Glow, which is our bronzer. So what's great about this, it comes with a little applicator.
Ooh.
And what does the applicator say?
You look flawless.
You look flawless. And it has a little mirror inside. And it just gives you that little glow if you're not able to get out in the sun and, get those UVs.
Yeah.
And what I love, it's also not so dark that you're like, oh, I have to look like I was totally sun-kissed. It covers the redness. Usually the morning after a night out, I have the redness here.
Do tell, honey.
Yeah, so it's like
what
redness.
have
It's
you
like,
done?
oh my God, I look Irish. Or, you have imperfections, especially coming out of COVID. We haven't taken care of skin. This not only gives you a good glow, it covers up imperfections. But you look at somebody up close and you're not like bronzer.
And the good thing is it's really small. You can put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Same thing with the DSL. It's pocket sized.
It looks sexy too.
And there's an applicator too, which is great. You don't need to carry like a sponge with you.
Yeah.
And here's the thing is,
And
men,
most guys don't want to like carry around brushes and all that.
Makeup
like,
bag.
Yeah.
especially like if you're-
Myself included. Like I don't want to be there with brushes and like I just want to do it and be done.
Well, and then it looks natural because there's a lot of men's cosmetics out there, and it looks like it's like
Yeah,
Walter
full
Mercado's
face.
like "Rah!" right. And the thing is, men are being more honest, straight and gay men, about hey, women get to cover up their imperfections. We can in a very natural way.
Exactly.
I love it. What was the idea to like? Okay, let's do skincare next.
It's always something that I've been interested in. Obviously, being a gay man, skincare, taking care of my
On
skin.
the camera a lot.
And it was kind of just a natural progression. I'm like, you know what? Why don't I try this and see if it works? And
It worked.
it works.
And it did.
It was not easy though. It took like 1.5 years of development.
Oh my God.
Like it's not like designing clothing. It's like
Well, and there's so many rules too.
there's so many rules and like you have to go through like stability tests, and if something like fails the test, you got to start all over from the beginning with the formula.
You have to like research the ingredients too and all that.
And all of our stuff is vegan and cruelty free, which was very important to me.
Well, especially if you Disney princess that doesn't want to be mean to anybody.
Love the animal.
They're delicious. All right, so Lucas, let's talk about your adult film experience. We talk about personalities of people that we know and watching your films. So I knew about you before I knew about you. It's like, oh, it's that guy. I have to say, in your adult film world, you have a very different personality.
Yeah.
Very different.
So truth be told, I've
Yes.
never seen any of Lucas's
You should
films.
watch it because it's eye-opening, not for the ideas that you would think.
I can't.
It's
I work
such
with
a
him all the
different
time.
Lucas. And it's always like, straight guy fills in the blank. Like, straight guy makes a waffle, or straight guy sleeps with his roommate. And you're always like, the straight guy because of the muscles. His energy in the videos is so different, you wouldn't even recognize him. I didn't realize he was the same guy.
You have to play a character and like sell a fantasy too.
Yeah.
So it's different than who you actually like are.
So how did you get into the adult film world?
I was like, I'm cute and there's money. Let's do it.
But it's not just that easy. Did you just like...
No, I thought it was super easy and getting into weird like
I
young
wanna
and
hear about that.
stupid, yeah. And then we just go into things without knowing. But it kind of worked out at the end, so it was good.
So was it you like sending out your headshot or...
Headshots and like front pic and back pic. And then they talk to you. They usually do like a Skype interview with you to see that you exist and you're cute.
And that you're not like lying in your pictures.
Not catfishing.
Yeah.
And then they talk to you. And it's very like safe too. You like especially if you're doing like a bareback scene, they test you, they do this and that, so make sure all the monitors are safe, yada yada.
That's the biggest misconception, I think, is
Yep.
that, oh, they're a porn star, they'll sleep with anybody. They won't because it might affect their job.
Fun fact. I have never gotten an STD with anyone I filmed with. I hooked up randomly with a person. They gave me chlamydia on my throat. That's the tea.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my god.
That's dramatic.
Yeah.
That was your opera career. So what is the audition process like? So you go past that, you have to be face-to-face audition.
Yeah, most of the time they just do Skype, and they hope you kind of look like that when you show up.
Really? Would you take that
Yeah.
chance on a model?
No.
Yeah. So when you they have to come in the office?
Well, yeah, we do a test shoot first. First, we
Mhm.
get to know them, and then we do a test shoot, and then decide if we're gonna use the photos or trash them,
Set them on fire.
right? Which has happened
Oh no.
a few times. Doesn't happen very often, but sometimes you get some in there and they're cute, and then
Yeah,
they come
some-
in and you're like,
Yeah, you're like, oh no.
Well, honey, all of our pictures during COVID.
Funny
have
story
changed.
though. Lucas came into a shoot once, and his chest was completely shaved. I'm like, Lucas,
What?
What happened?
It was for Falcon.
and
they made me shave.
why would they make him shave his chest?
It was your chest? I could see if they wanted you to shave your arms or
Oh, no,
back
it was
a little
everything.
bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's the name of that video? That's
it's
weird.
a recent one,
Yeah.
actually, with Devin.
I was
It
like,
recent, yeah.
devastated. I was crushed. I'm
Mhm.
like,
With Devin Franco?
Yeah.
Oh, and he loves a hairy man.
Mm-hmm. But
That's
Falcon has an
interesting.
aesthetic of
And you were like, okay, it's my job, so I'll go ahead and do that.
Because they usually use me more for Raging Stallion,
Yeah.
because it's the other brand they have.
So he walks in totally shaved, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
and you're using the brow,
that person?
the brow pencil
Right.
on his
I'm-
chest.
the whole team is there with the brow pencil, with the bro brow.
Now you have had porn stars as your models. Did you ever have any trepidation, like, oh, we're gonna do porn stars now?
Not really, because the way we portray our models is not in that way, and I think it's
Totally.
a good synergy, because with their fan base and our fan base, they just kind of meld together. If that makes sense.
Yeah. As a did you have to come out to your family as a porn star? Like
My mom knows.
So
That's it.
What did you? How did you present that?
I just told. I'm very open with my mom, so I just tell her everything.
You have a good
Yeah.
relationship.
She was like, "It's a job like any other
Really?
job. I'm not gonna pay your bills, honey. So you better work." Yeah, my mom is great. Oh my god, she's the best. So good.
As
She
close
knows
as I am
everything.
with my mom, I don't know how she'd be like.
But some people, like some of my family, doesn't even dream. It's just my mom mostly.
I'm sure, and I've heard this from porn stars before, that some of the machismo men in their family know. And it's like, well, how do you know that they're,
Ooh, shit.
Mm-hmm. On the DL, honey.
So we have to talk about what your type is. A lot of people assume what your type would be and all of that. And you and I have talked
Mhm.
about your type. Would you like to share what your type of guy is like?
It's mostly like hairy, berryish men.
Meaning a little chunky.
Yeah, like with a little bit of meat. Like most of my partners,
I
they
could
were
see that.
Mexican with a beard, so.
We can't grow beards.
I can.
But it's but even one of my friends, they joke about that. Oh, the new man just looks like the other man. Yeah, it's bad.
Girl.
Yeah, it's mostly like beard, chest hair, a little bit of pouch. That's it.
And what's your type?
After COVID, yes, with a penis.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I'm serious.
Okay. Lucas, you seem to enjoy yourself a lot on camera, like from your studio stuff to also Just for Fans.
You know.
Do you have like a time limit though? Do you I'm gonna do this adult film stuff and then I'm gonna stop this? I'm gonna do something else, or are you just enjoying the?
I tend to be very like, I schedule things very like, in a methodic way because I'm like crazy like that. Even for like eating, doing things, I like having like a specific time to do everything, even to play games. I set like a time. Oh, Andrew knows. They were gonna hang out one day, And I
No,
was like,
a-
I have
you
to
have to be
rave
very
with my
structured?
friends.
Are you serious?
Yes.
After a shoot, we were like, "Oh, let's go have dinner." Let's,
Yeah.
and it was an early dinner. It was like
It
after the
was.
shoot.
I was like,
And
I'm
he's
raiding
like-
with my friends on Final Fantasy 14 today.
Like, okay.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, I'm very crazy and organized with that.
But you'll
think
stay
it's the
up until
Virgo
like
in
4
me.
in the morning playing games.
Not anymore, because
Not anymore.
yeah, I'm getting too close to like being 30, so I get tired.
Me too. How many hours a day do you think you play games?
It depends. If I have nothing to do, I just go to the gym and play games for the rest of the day. Usually 6-8 hours if I can.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I try to play 1 or 2 hours a day.
We say that, but then, well, I don't know about you, but I'll binge watch a show.
Mhm. I do
and
that too.
Like 8 hours will go
Mhm.
by, and I'm like, okay, well, I did this.
I watch entire seasons of anime sometimes.
I can't watch
I'm a
anime.
couch
I
potato.
can't
I'm a couch
imagine.
potato.
Okay, so let's
Cannot
talk about this.
imagine.
I also got this comment. So much. It's like, what the hell is up with Lucas's Instagram profile name? I can't find him. I don't know what this means. What is your Instagram? It's underscore potatoes and pie.
Potato senpai. Potato is because I really like potatoes. It's my favorite.
He's
food.
talking about like meal prepped potatoes, and I'm talking about French fries.
And senpai
What did you
is
call
like
me?
is a Japanese term for someone that's like a senior in something.
And pie.
Senpai. S-E.
Senpai?
Yeah. hmm
Oh, so
It's
potatoes.
a thing in
senpai.
the cosplay community and anime community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you know
Okay,
that?
I still don't understand.
Yeah. Like
So,
the weebs.
but we're talking about branding. That's probably not the best.
No, I know it's terrible.
Because it was like Lucas Leon. It's like
It's terrible.
potato senpai.
Because I used to have a separate Instagram for my adult stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got taken down, and I was like, I'll just merge.
That's something that Instagram does all the time. Is like,
Because I was very,
I feel like it's unfairly against
It is.
LGBTQ.
it is because women
people.
can do all kinds of stuff.
Exactly.
Nothing. Teddy Bear, Mr. Teddy Bear, USA.
Oh,
who's-
Teddy.
Yeah, I think you
I
just filmed
saw,
with him.
I
or
saw
something.
that.
He posted a regular pic with him without a shirt on, and it was taken down and flagged and all that. It's like,
Yeah.
And it
uh-uh.
wasn't even like.
I am very
Yeah.
careful when I post now.
And there was no bulge or no like.
Mhm. But I'm shadow banned.
That's awful. Okay,
Yeah.
so then everybody has to go to underscore potato senpai, which is SENPAI.
Yes.
You know,
Okay.
you can change your Instagram names too.
I know.
I think he should change it to On the Rocks is my favorite radio show. Okay. Do you like studio work more, or do you like filming your own content for Just for Fans?
Filming my own content because I have more control over it. And it's faster. Studio stuff just goes forever.
So I love stories in my porn. I don't know about you. I love the setup more than the actual. I'm like, oh, okay, now they're going to it.
Definitely.
Oh, the ones with B-rolls and stuff? I love the B-rolls though.
No, but like a story, it's like, oh, well, he came to town, and
Oh,
and
yes.
then
The first one with the straight model that was terrible. He was dating my sister.
What?
And-
is this a real story, or no? It's the story in the
it's the
porn.
plot.
God, all of a
I
sudden
know.
we all leaned in
No.
like,
I know. I'm like, no.
Oh God, can you imagine? He was dating my sister, and then my sister broke up with him, and then I was like, I can help you.
I know
I
exactly
can
which
give
one
you
you're talking
a
about.
parting gift.
It's one of the hottest scenes ever. Until I knew it was
my
you. I was like,
first one. I was so
oh,
nervous.
so that was a straight
Yeah.
guy. Oh, It's-
My hair was
it's
very
pretty
long
hot.
too.
But I like the story behind it because then you guys were very natural.
Mhm.
Like, oh, you're a
Oof.
good actor.
I try.
Have you ever thought of doing like mainstream acting?
I don't think I'm that good though. I'm just good at following directions.
Hmm.
You know.
Do you think being an adult film star has hurt your other career in terms of like whatever you want to do in the future?
No. I intend to be like a nurse eventually, like saving, so I don't have to get like a huge student loan. I'm terrified of that. So I don't think that's gonna influence because
God, being a nurse is
Nurses are-
difficult.
yeah, they're not usually in the spotlight. Like nobody cares who you are if you're a nurse. But if I would be like a teacher, or, like work into like social work or politics, that may affect the career. It affected my personal life in some sort of way.
Did it affect like your dating and romance?
Yeah.
So like your new boo, was he a fan of yours and then you met, or did
No,
he not see your stuff?
I'm very open about it,
Mhm.
so he knows. But I don't think he had seen stuff before.
Does he have a problem with you like
No.
shooting scenes with other people?
No, he's okay.
That's
I mean, they have to be okay. right?
Yeah. Well, and you seem very like you're monogamous when you're not working. It's like this is our relationship.
Yeah, I just go. It's only him and me, unless I'm filming with someone.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
2 months in.
Yeah.
We'll check back in a few months.
I usually have long relationships, to be honest.
What's the longest?
4 years.
What's your longest?
That's
Oh,
sip.
choose a sip.
Ooh.
Lucas, somebody said, what sex tips do you have for the bedroom?
Know your partner's body. Know what your partner likes, because it's a mutual thing. It's not only for you. If you're doing only for you, get a toy. It's a mutual exchange of energy, you know? You have to see what works for you and what works for your partner.
It's about communication.
Yeah, everything is about communication. You can teach your partner too. If they're doing something wrong, you're like, no, do this.
In like a friendly way.
Yeah, don't be a bitch.
Yeah. Well, do you have any sex tips for the bedroom?
Oh God.
Come on, Andrew.
Okay, this could be a truth or sip. How much sex is Andrew Christian having on a weekly basis?
Not as much as you would think.
Ooh.
So how much is that?
Not as much as you would think.
Okay, what sex tips do you have?
Use
I was
Lube.
totally not expecting this. Who loses?
Girl,
Oh, she's shy.
so shy.
I think I'm blushing.
But you have to have like some like what works for you in the bedroom.
For me, it's all about like eye contact and sensuality and
Ooh.
the intimate.
good. Intimacy.
It's more about the
Mhm.
intimacy of the act than the actual act.
See, the
Yeah.
actual act, I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing this now.
Yeah.
I like the build up. I like setting the scene. I like, yeah. I'm with
That's
you.
why I actually prefer having just a partner that I can focus with. You
Yeah.
know, I know that it's going to be good with my partner. Like, why am I going to spend 30 minutes douching for a stranger that is not even going to make me feel good?
30 minutes.
Jesus.
I mean, in those days, it's usually 15.
Never bought a
Girl,
line.
when you're bulking, it's awful. Try to bulk and be a bottom. It's a nightmare.
Oh,
Girl, I've
we're
been
learning
bulking.
We're learning so much.
Yeah,
this
we are.
evening.
Oh, no.
Girl, I'm bulking all during COVID in the wrong ways. All right, Lucas, tell our audience where you want them to find you and follow you.
So I'm on Instagram, of course, but
I hate your Instagram so much.
Underscore-
Nobody's gonna remember it.
Even like finding you, I'm like, I'll have to tag this bitch.
Yeah.
it's
It's
underscore
difficult.
potato senpai. And on Twitter, it's Lucas Leon XXX. It's
See,
easy.
That's easier. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, whoa, that's Lucas. Yes. Andrew.
Well, Andrew Christian, INTO on Instagram. If you want to follow my personal Instagram, the Andrew Christian.
Follow his personal because it's fun.
Is it?
It is.
I like it because
I
you're like,
follow
oh,
it too.
this is Andrew.
It's just me. It's just me.
Yeah.
And then TikTok, the Andrew Christian as well.
That goddamn TikTok. Stop trying to make it happen.
It's happening.
Ugh,
It is happening.
You have like 500,000 viewers.
I
right?
actually, I have
We
the
did a
most fun
TikTok.
making TikToks with
He
Lucas.
does, yeah.
Because he loves doing it too.
I like the funny ones.
So it makes it fun to do together.
yeah.
I want to wake up someday. You know when Trump was gonna like do away with TikTok? I'm like, thank you. That was the only good thing.
We had
But it's
something like TikTok, like, I guess 10 years ago. Vine, do you remember?
Yeah.
It was the
Yeah,
exact
it's
same
not the
I don't
thing.
have
No.
interest to put. Oh God. I just
And
wanna do
actually,
it.
less
like
popular.
like the days leading up to the photo shoot, that's actually one of my favorite parts.
Because we're
is
going to
like
do a lot of TikToks.
Thinking up like
Yeah.
TikTok ideas, and I'll text
They
him like,
send it to me
things and,
beforehand.
like-
Yeah.
I want to come to a photo shoot. I just want to come and like serve drinks, maybe.
yeah, you can come now. You're vaccinated.
Yeah,
That's
totally. So kind of make drinks, and then I'll get to
Yeah.
see, and then we'll report. Yeah.
We should do it.
You guys, tonight has been so fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay. Do you have any final thoughts for your fans?
Hmm?
Do you have any final thoughts for your fans?
If you play Final Fantasy, hit me up.
And what is it? MMO? What?
Yeah, it's Final Fantasy 14. I play that a lot. Come play with me.
Do you have any final thoughts?
I'm just happy for the Pride season coming up. We've all been cooped up for a year, and I feel like it's just going to be an amazing Pride, and I just can't wait to be, embraced by the community and embrace the community this year.
In El Paso, we are going to be coming towards you.
Yes.
2-hour flight, apparently.
We need to plan this.
It's nice.
I'm literally, because I have family out there. I really want to do this. Yeah. Like on a red
And
eye.
we have to get the, what are the dessert things called?
Flan?
No. It's like a fried dough. What is
make
it?
like fried
Churros?
Sopapillas.
Oh, sopapillas.
Yeah, with the
Sopapillas.
honey.
Yes. Oh my God, Mom. Now she's
That's
totally in love with you.
Tex-Mex, isn't it?
No, Tex-Mex does not exist in my world. I hate Tex-Mex. Okay, so Papias in El Paso,
Yes.
the morning after we have a good
Yes.
time. Okay. All right, well, that has been another episode of On the Rocks. Thank you to our fabulous guest, Kurt, our engineer. Did you Google that, by the way? Okay, good. Our studio producer, Michael Vega, our intern, Alexis Mendez, and above all, you, our fabulous audience. Coming up, we have screenwriter Paul Rudnick, who wrote Addams Family Values, Jeffrey, and Sister Act. So excited. Also, we have Tony Award winner Alice Ripley is coming on. I am so excited. Woohoo! Please like, share, and subscribe so we can continue bringing this fabulous show to you for free. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay sexy, stay tipsy. Awesome.
This has been another episode of On the Rocks. Tweet me and slide into my DMs on Twitter and Instagram at On the Rocks On Air. Find everything On the Rocks for free at OnTheRocksRadioshow.com. Subscribe, like, review, and share. Until next week, stay fabulous.